What are you with you, us?
No, us. It's gone backwards. Yeah, Mrs. E, what you saying? You want to know what happened today and how come I made it home?
Yes.
Well, we're going to try and fast forward through because it's been a long day, isn't it, Sandra?
It has been a long day.
Even though we had a fantastic lunch.
Yeah.
It's still...
Yeah, that lunch was nice.
But the beginning, we went there for... Sandra has two cases in there. One where a repossession, and she sent in some legal notices, and times past the court says they got no record of the case, but she somehow lost her house on it. And for the record, that's a case Jeremy Corbyn helped her on, so he was scammed as well because he was made to believe there was a court case. And she sent in notices, they keep saying they haven't got it, and she sent it even by...
recorded delivery.
Not recorded, the other one.
Email.
No, special delivery.
Yeah, special delivery.
£7 you paid to the Royal Mail, and,
Yeah.
and they said they still haven't got
And
it.
I got the proof of posting and
Yeah,
the proof of signature.
Yeah.
The records then got it right.
They got, according to them, there is no such case here.
Fantastic.
And she lost her house.
And the CEO.
And the council also says, we don't have any such case on our record.
The
And it's the
CEO
council
for
who took the
Southern-
house.
And Lambeth.
And Jeremy
They said
Corbyn...
they haven't got any case.
Jeremy Corbyn at the time wrote a few letters for her on the
Yes.
belief that there was a court case before he was up there in the politics.
No, he was an MP then?
No, he was an MP, but he wasn't like the
Yeah.
budding prime minister.
No.
How long ago the letters of Corbyn?
Whatever.
Yeah, I don't check nothing away.
Doesn't matter.
2008.
Yeah.
I don't check nothing
But
away.
all on the Parliament letterhead
Yeah.
and stuff. So
Yeah.
anyway, we went in there today. It happens to be the same court. So it's a £375 claim
For 50.
on a company that she never done any business with, and we've been fighting it for a while, but it comes to a court hearing now. We wrote to the CEO of the company and said, please provide the contract and the accounting. And he wrote back and he said, I don't understand your question. So we made a claim on the basis that, well, if he doesn't understand the question, he couldn't have possibly made a valid claim.
Yeah.
Is a sensible answer? How can you make a claim you don't understand,
don't
the
understand.
contract? And
Yeah.
so we made a statement to submit in the hearing and to give the judge and to read. So we walked in, the other side didn't turn up. But by the way, they had sent a letter offering to settle. We thought we wouldn't accept their offer
I must come to a compromise.
because Sandra, this thing was messing up her life because she had a... What?
Stop it.
Pause. Yeah, so listen, where were we? We went in to see the judge,
Yeah.
and we were a little bit late, and we called the court, and
Yes.
the man called Avino or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was very nice, and he said he would pass it. So we emailed the court the copy of your statement,
Oral
statement of truth,
submission.
basically.
Yeah.
And we arrived, the other side didn't turn up, so we were corresponding with them by letter before, so they were struggling to answer the questions that we were asking. Very simple, the contract, this and the accounting to justify the sum they claim, which is about 375. It was a very small sum, but you didn't want the CCJ on your name. You were trying to do some business thing to get, you had a arrangement with James Caan, and because of your CCJ you couldn't follow through to pursue your secret recipe, which would make what's his name, Ainsley?
Levi Roots.
Levi Roots, put him in the shade. So it's a loss of bargain, and having an illegal CCJ is not a good thing. So when we went in there, the judge asked you about me a little bit.
Yeah, who are you?
Who are you? This is not a very polite way.
No, he wasn't polite.
Yeah,
No.
but I'm used to it now. And then I tried to give him a copy of
He wasn't having
your
it.
statement.
He wanted
He had no
not-
interest, and you kept talking, and I kept saying, no, you must have this, Your Honor. And he said, well, blah blah blah. I will call security and remove you. I said, you can do whatever you like, Your Honor, but you must take this paper. because this is the latest. So he ran out the courtroom, and after a good
get
while,
security.
during which time we went and put the document on his table, a security man came, and I then said to him, look, you're here to protect me. All the ladies asking, my client is just asking to put the document on the court file, which by law he can't refuse, as far as I'm aware. And you are here to protect me, Mr. Security, and I'm recording this for your protection. And I continued recording. I walked out. I reminded him he's not allowed to touch me and he's there to protect me. And we went out, and I went to ask the usher what is the name of the judge. And he said, she said, the judge's name is Judge Sterlini. So I said, okay, that's nice. What's his first name? She says, I don't know. I said, how long have you been working here and all that, I don't know. I said, okay. Is he the only Sterlini working in this court?
No,
I don't know. I think so. Is he the only one in London? I don't know. Is he the only Sterlini in the whole country? How do we know which one it is? Anyway, the judge came back in and spoke to you, Sandra.
Yeah.
And then he had a change of colour.
He did.
What happened?
He just said to me, sorry for my outburst, and then started to ask me questions about the case, if I know this company. I said, I don't know them. He asked me, why did it take me so long to put in my
Your application.
to have the judgment set aside. I said, well, I was confused by the various of names for this company. I didn't know where
They
it was
pursued
coming
on
from.
the various names, and they
Yes.
finally made a claim to
That's
the court
what
on the
confused me, the
Motor
names.
Mile
Cash on the
Finance
Go,
Limited.
PG,
What's the name of the director again?
Mr. PT, Petty.
Okay,
The
so
CEO.
yeah, and we wrote to him, and
We
he
wrote him asking
asked
for
to
the
send stuff.
accounting and the contract so I can justify if I owe this money, because I don't understand it. And he ripped back to us and said he doesn't understand.
But he did send a bump.
Yes.
And we said, can you clarify if this is
Yes.
all you have?
Yes,
In
if this is
entirety.
entirety, yeah.
He said he doesn't understand.
Understand.
That means, to me, I don't have it. So, anyway,
And then the judge said to me, he goes, look, Miss Joseph, if they had it, the accounting and the contract, I would have it. They don't have it.
yeah. So,
So I'm granting you to have your judgment set aside.
right.
Yeah.
And you can send the bill to them.
He said to me, and as for your
bill for
financial advisor, you'll have to deal with that on a separate issue from you to them.
Fine. But you
Yeah.
won the case, so they must pay your cost.
Yes.
That's it. And you asked for the court's discretion to give you a sum for aggravation
Yeah.
and loss of but
He
but
said that he-
didn't do
no.
it. Okay, so we don't know what to do from there. But
Yeah.
anyway,
I did ask him, and he said that I can deal with that, like, away from this situation, deal with it on my own.
when you get the order.
Because he said
maybe.
you've got enough evidence there to deal with it. That's what the judge said.
Okay, so we went downstairs now to file your statement
To get it stamped.
because you had a little history with this court. You
Yes.
filed things in here and they keep saying they haven't got it.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think I mentioned before you got special delivery.
Special
signed
delivery,
for
proof of
la, la,
postage,
la.
and proof of the signature, and proof of
And
the
they haven't
person's
got it.
name who signed for it.
And they haven't got it. So now we went down to file this document
Yes.
and the court staff refused to take it.
And they started to get funny with you.
Yeah, so it was a long battle. And
Yes.
then the court manager came.
We asked to see the court manager, Mrs Vasue,
Mrs Vasue.
and she was very rude to you.
And-
She said that she's not doing it, and the police can't do anything, and I don't care.
She says if I said I'll call the police, I'm not leaving here till I get it.
She's very rude to
And
you.
she said, if you call the police, there's nothing they can
They
do.
can do.
I'm not giving you a stamp.
Yes,
So I said, fine, I call the police, 999.
and he did.
And the police insist and fight with me a lot on the phone that it's a civil matter. I said it's not a civil matter if they are kicking the lady out on these bogus proceedings of her house and whatever, and she can't get evidence that she filed a document. And they gave us a number of CHS 54905, and we spoke to a Caroline. She was not very helpful and wouldn't budge, so we transferred to I asked for a manager, and Carly Hayes came along, and she was a bit nicer, but also saying the same thing, it's a civil matter. And I was going on and on and on, and I said, look, this is not a civil matter. And then the security at the court approached me and said they're gonna grab me and throw me out and whatever. And the guy who came forward, I noticed he never had a badge. The badge was tucked under his
badge.
jumper.
Yes.
So I said to the lady on the phone, to Carly Hayes, that look, there's somebody threatening me here, an unidentified man.
And she heard.
And she heard him as well, and I was recording the call myself.
She heard.
So anyway,
then you said
then
to
she
her,
said she would send out the police now.
no,
because
she said she would send out the police when you said, look, if you don't send the police now, I'm going to sleep here.
yeah, you're going to
so
sleep here.
funny, I can't forget that.
So anyway, she said she would send the police.
And they came.
And the police came. But when the police came, they said what? They came on a different matter.
On the account of what they had rang them.
The police said
about.
they came for me because the court security or staff or whoever reported that I was disruptive and loud and blah, blah, blah. So I had a good little tit for tat. I said, I called 999. It's all recorded. And I told them, 999 told me they're sending the car for me to assist me.
Yeah, they did.
So we had a long chat, nice chat. The police were very pleasant, I must say.
They was.
Even though I believe they were a little bit unfair to all the time trying to pin me down that I'm the one disrupting, when the fact is we're just asking for the lady who's the victim of a serious crime to get a document stamped.
And then the police was so surprised when he saw the document. He said, is this all you want? Just to get it stamped?
Is this all you want?
He couldn't understand why the court was giving us so much problem just to get it stamped, to prove that we've submitted
that we handed
it
a
to
document
them.
in,
Yes.
which according to the civil procedure rules, you must get a stamp to prove that you, and they must also file it on the court file.
Yes.
However, the court manager, Mrs Vasue, told us there is no such rule. Their rule, you must drop it in a box. And there were so many cases, including my own and your own.
Yes.
Where you drop it in the box and they said, we haven't got it.
That's the end of it.
Yeah. So this is the problem, and we believe from the evidence we're seeing in large numbers, it is to cover up court fraud.
Yes.
You drop it in a box and you got no control. You got it stamped, you got it in your hands, you got control.
Yeah.
And I believe it makes it a contract and an instrument of law of the court, because it's been stamped by the court, and it has the blessing of Her Majesty the Queen. Serious woman.
And it was done in front of 2 police officers.
So the police officer finally got the document stamped.
Yeah.
A guy came out with the court manager and his hands were shaking like autumn leaves.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Very good looking guy, tall, handsome, but shaking in his boots.
Yeah.
For a stamp. I've never seen anything like this. So after it's stamped, the police kind of shooed us out as if we were the bad guys, you know.
Doesn't matter.
We got all for a stamp. So let's show this stamp, because this is a famous stamp, because it's going to come back. But there are reasons this is going to come back. There we go. Clerkenwell and Shoreditch. We had a whole day wasted. Well, I wouldn't say wasted, but you know, just to get that stamp, which everybody who filed a document in court is entitled to. and what it says in our document is irrelevant, but the problem is next thing we get a dodgy court order and they say, oh, blah, 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 we file our evidence, we know what it says, court order doesn't match this, whatever. So that's the evidence. And how do you feel now, Sandra?
I feel great.
Huh?
Yeah, I feel good.
Just it's amazing. You can take Wincarnis tonic wine, you can take ginger, all kind of things.
I don't
but
drink.
the court stamp has made you high today.
Yeah, it has. Yeah, it definitely has. Yeah.